Experiment T, a project idea by Ryan Strong. What if you were experimented on for military purposes? James is a soldier that was forced to volunteer for a new military experiment that would create a brand new, more powerful soldier. Something went wrong, and the game starts with James waking up in a hospital bed not knowing where he is. He can feel something is wrong as when he gets out of the bed, he manages to teleport from the bed to the door. Upon exiting the door, he hears people running towards his location from around the corner and immediately thinks that he must hide. As the people round the corner, they continue to run right past him as if they hadn't seen him. He manages to hear one of them say that they have to kill all of the soldiers before they wake up as they run by him. This makes James immediately revert to his military training as he tries to find a way out of the hospital. James is able to teleport by just looking at an area and thinking about being at the object. This will be done by the player activating the ability with a button press. The teleport ability is limited though in that it can only teleport him a distance of up to 10 feet from his current position. It also can't be used more than once, unless the player waits for a cooldown of 1 minute. The player will find out through gameplay what was used to change him and experiment on him with through listening to other NPCs in the game and reading documents hidden in the different areas of the hospital. He will find out that a serum was also created to counteract the experiment. This will give the player the option of taking more than one of the different options, either the serum or the experiment, and making him more powerful or cure him. The sneak or hide ability will be activated the same way the teleport is activated by him just thinking about it. But once he utilizes this, he can only hide for a total of 10 seconds to start. This time can go up as he uses it more through a form of leveling up. Once used though, it is on a cooldown of 1.5 minutes. The sneak ability will prevent the player from being seen by any NPC in the game as long as the NPC's vision is not looking directly at the position of the player and within 5 feet of the player. The goal of the game is for the player to make their way through the hospital to either find the exit or to find the serum and experiment liquid. The player can take either choice but must make one, and once the choice is made, they cannot go back and change their mind. This slide depicts how the teleport is used with the ring that is placed on the ground, allowing the player to see where they are teleporting to. The perspective of this game will be over-the-shoulder, third-person view. The theme of the game is best described as action-adventure game with stealth and teleport elements. The art style for this game will be best described as similar to Metal Gear Solid type games. The feeling of the game will have intense moments to it that make the player want to quickly utilize the teleport and stealth abilities, sometimes at the wrong time. The player will need to attempt to have as little interaction with the NPCs as much as possible, as they have no way to defend themselves, nor can they attack. The player will utilize the stealth and teleport abilities. The player must think every step through before they make them to prevent themselves from being captured by the doctors and guards that are trying to kill them. They must utilize the stealth and teleport abilities in a way that doesn't prevent them from using them when needed. What will make this the most novel is that the player will come across some NPCs that may attempt to help them, or so they think. As we see here, we have the style of the stealth that has been used in a similar game, Splinter Cell. Instead of utilizing this, we will be changing the way the player looks so that it's harder for the NPCs to see them. The main risks involved in this game are that we must make sure that we program the NPC's vision properly. How this will be done is by adding a cone field of vision to the NPCs that narrows as it gets farther away from the NPCs until it ends off at a point. The next risk involved is making it so that the teleport ability works properly and doesn't go farther than it is supposed to go. How this will be addressed is by adding an icon to the ground that is invisible to the NPCs, but the player can see to help them pick where they want to teleport to. It will only extend up to 10 feet from the player in either direction. The player is only able to teleport to a location that they can see. The stealth ability is another risk that could affect the player. How I will fix this is by changing the opaqueness of the player to make them still able to be seen by the player, but will not be seen by the enemies. And here are my references for the photos. Thank you very much.